Welcome back. I hope you've been keeping well. I have two wedding-related stories for you today, and as always, the timestamps are in the description box. Let's jump in. Story number 1. Opie writes, "My sister, let's call her Hannah, isn't speaking to me right now because I RSVP'd no to her wedding in January. My mom wants me to change my RSVP, but honestly, the wedding isn't going to be possible for me to attend. And based on how my sister is acting, I don't want to go anymore. Ever since I hit puberty, I've had really bad insomnia. I usually go to bed around 6 a.m., 7 a.m. and wake up around 1 p.m., 2 p.m. I've tried to change my sleeping style and I just can't. It's like dealing with international jet lag. Hannah knows this, but always, quote, forgets, unquote, and tries to wake me up for family things whenever she visits home. And I have to lock my bedroom door and really work to keep her out. When I got the invitation for Hannah's wedding, I was super excited for her because she has always wanted a big wedding and it looks like she's going to get it. And that might not be what I want/would want, but she does, and that is exciting. And I can acknowledge that. But when I saw the timeline and there's a wedding brunch at 10 a.m., the ceremony is at noon, and then there's an afternoon party. I asked Hannah if I could just come to the afternoon party since I will be sleeping at 10 a.m. and she got furious and started yelling over the phone about how since I'm her sister, I need to be there for the ceremony. I laughed and told her there was no way I could be there on time because it would basically be like trying to get someone on a 9-to-5 work schedule to attend an event at 2 a.m. I probably shouldn't have laughed, but it just felt so ridiculous. If she wanted me to be there for the whole thing, she needed to plan for a time when I could actually attend. I work a full-time job as a freelancer, just not normal hours because of my insomnia. So it really bugs me when people act like my time is worth less than theirs. But now wedding preparations are happening at the house. The brunch is going to be here, and my mom is really upset with me for not coming to the wedding. She wants me to apologize to Hannah and be one of her bridesmaids. Hannah isn't speaking to me at all, but she is speaking to our mom, so maybe that is what she also wants. But I just feel like she owes me the apology, not the other way around. But I might be wrong because this is the first big fancy wedding in our family, and maybe I need to suck it up because it's a tradition to have a morning breakfast or something. Am I the a-hole? Okay, let's get Opie's update. Okay, that was universal. I am the a-hole. I will apologize to Hannah and ask if I can still attend the wedding. I think it is probably best if I'm not a bridesmaid, but I can still put on a dress and show up, even if I'm tired. Thank you to everyone that sent in medical tips. I am realizing that I need to get a second opinion that isn't our family doctor because she is actually kind of dismissive about my sleep issues. And I used to like that because she made my mom calm down and she supported me with a doctor's note for online high school. But some of you mentioned high blood pressure and delayed sleep phase disorder. And I want to talk to someone who is at least willing to investigate that with me. Well, Opie, I think that's an excellent idea to go see a doctor, somebody that can find out what's going on and find a solution. You mentioned that you work freelance and that allows you to work the hours that suits you, and that is good. I'm glad you've got that option. But you definitely need to look into why you can't sleep. And I say this as somebody who suffered for a very long time with insomnia as well. So I understand, I'm sympathetic to that. But I tell you what, there are times that I had no choice but to get up very early and go out and get things done. And that is very stressful when you have had hardly any sleep at all or no sleep the whole night. But the world isn't going to wait for you and the world can't schedule things around your sleeping pattern. It's just the way it is, Opie. So you have to sort this out. But back to your sister's wedding. Opie, seriously. I'm not a fan of morning weddings, I'll admit, But it's a big event. It's your sister's wedding. It's taking place right there at your family home. I think you can do it. You can make it. And OP, if that means that you only got 1 hour's sleep that night, you know what? You're just going to have to push through and do it. Be there, and you know what? You can be there as the bridesmaid, OP. You can do it. I know you can do it, and I know you're going to find answers, and life is going to become a lot easier for you when you do. Let's move on to story number 2. Opie writes, English is not my first language, so I apologize for all mistakes in advance. My mother-in-law, who is usually very sweet and nice, asked me to try on her wedding dress as she wanted to gift it to me for the wedding. I did not want to hurt her, so I tried on the dress, even though I knew that I wanted to buy my own dress. It fitted quite well and looked pretty, but not what I was looking for at all. So I thanked mother-in-law for the opportunity and the gesture, but that was not what I envisioned myself wearing on my wedding day, but that she was welcome to join me and my mom the next day when we were looking for wedding dresses. She joined us and I thought everything was fine. But during the shopping, she tried to make me try on dresses similar to her wedding dress, but more my style. I tried 2 of her picks, but stated that it was still not what I was looking for, even though I liked it a little better on me than her dress, and I thanked her for helping me. She got quiet and only shrugged her shoulders over the other dresses I tried on. I finally found my dream dress, bought it. I am paying about 2,000 euros, and my parents paid about 300 euros for shoes and a veil. My in-laws don't pay anything towards the dress or the wedding. And then we went to eat lunch together. Mother-in-law was still unusually quiet, so I asked what was wrong and if I could help her. She shrugged her shoulders and said, quote, "It's fine," unquote. And I thought she needed a little time for her. So I started a conversation with my mom and started eating after we all got our food. We did not exclude her and try to make her part of our conversation, but she just shrugged and moped. A few minutes into lunch, she said, quote, "You are an ungrateful, spoiled brat," unquote. And I was utterly confused and asked why. That's what she said. Quote, "I would have gifted you my dress, but it wasn't good enough for little Miss I want a new dress. That's ungrateful." And I tried to find a compromise with a dress that matched both our tastes in a dress, and you still denied all that. You're so ungrateful and impolite, not even able to make a compromise, unquote. Then she stood up, paid for a meal, and left without me being able to say anything. I asked my fiancé later that day about it, and he told me not to worry as I did nothing wrong. But sister-in-law texted me that I was an ungrateful a-hole for hurting her mother this much and not compromising on anything. Am I the a-hole? Update. 1. My fiancé already talked to her, I believe 3 or 4 days ago, but thanks for the suggestion. 2. My mother-in-law called me just a few minutes ago to apologize. To me it sounded sincere. She told me that she was disappointed that day because she wanted to be part of all that at my wedding day, and she did not know how to ask, since my parents already said they pay for my veil and shoes. And she knew that I don't wear jewelry except my engagement ring and a necklace my fiancé gifted me 8 years ago. So she couldn't give something like this, and she did not want to gift me a garter, since she thought it inappropriate to gift her daughter-in-law something like that, and that she was hurt after trying to give input on my dress and was rejected. She apologized again, and then asked to treat me and my mom to lunch tomorrow as an apology for her behavior, and that she wants to offer, if I'm up for it, that she pays for my bridal bouquet. So tomorrow we are going out for lunch and after that to the florist, so I can show her the flowers I like and the idea I have for my bouquet. I thank you all for your judgments. Well, Opie, I guess all's well that ends well. Opie did reply to a comment asking why the sister-in-law can't wear the dress, and her reply was that it's not the right size for the sister-in-law. But OP, your sister-in-law still called you an a-hole and hasn't apologized, so she better get on it very soon. Follow her mom's example. OP also replied numerous times saying that her mother-in-law really is a very sweet woman and that she's never acted like this before. So I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt as well, OP, and take it as hurt feelings and feeling excluded. Even though you were including her, she felt excluded. It sounds like she really likes you and she wants to do something for you for your wedding day. So I hope everything goes fine with the bouquet and that this thing is in the past now and that nothing like this ever happens again between you and your mother-in-law. Unless perhaps you decide to have a child and there's some drama over there. But I'm sure it will be fine, OP. Well, that's it for now. Thank you so much for allowing me to read these stories to you. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, consider subscribing, leave a comment, and I'll see you again real soon. Take care of yourself, everyone. Bye.